First time we went to America was Halloween 1982. We played the Halloween Headbangers Ball, which is something this guy Johnny Z put together.
Mm.
We got in touch and said, I run the biggest import record store on the Eastern Seaboard, and I want you guys to come and play. And of course, his biggest store on the Eastern Seaboard was a little flea market place in New Jersey. But it was the biggest import store, it's for sure.
Mm.
And John was like a wild, like a hellfire preacher. I've come down from the mountain and I've heard heavy metal and I'm going to spread it across the world. And he brought us over and we did that show and a bunch of others with Anvil. And then we came back, let's come back in 83 and, do the whole thing, do a headline tour. So we had this opening band, these guys from California called Metallica. It was their first tour. And you had them, you had us, you had our crews. We had Winnebago, 2 trucks, 17 people in a 6-berth Winnebago. Brilliant. So obviously we spent half our time in the back of the truck after they destroyed the Winnebago. It wasn't very much fun to be in half the time. So, but it was guerrilla warfare, and it was awesome, and it was probably the introduction to a lot of people of this kind of music, the more amped up, crazy heavy metal that we've all grown to know and love,
Totally.
And then the year later, we did the same thing with Anthrax. We took them out on the first tour. So, it's always been a thing we try to get, great new bands out with us. Why not?
Awesome. And later you guys ended up playing with Metallica again in Brazil. What was that like?
Well, that was really cool. We were doing dates in South America, and our agent said, "Are you still in touch with Lars?" And I said, "Well, he did a really great thing for the DVD we put out the year before. I can probably reach him. What's the deal?" And he says, "Well, they're playing some stadium gigs in South America. Let's see if we can open for them in Sao Paulo, which is the Moribundi Stadium, which is like 70,000 people."
Yeah.
So I'm like, getting in touch with their people saying, "Hi, can you ask Lars if we can open for them in Sao Paulo?" And he's like, "Lars says yes." And we're like, "What?" That was, because we've had many, many experiences where such and such is going to happen. And the first few times you're like, yeah. And after a while, you're like, yeah, right. Yeah, right. So this was the first one in whatever, 25 years where we were like, yeah, because it was real. It was going to happen. And it was amazing. The funny thing was people were feeding into this huge place all day. All they were playing was a 30-second ad for the movie Metallica had, Through the Never. And they weren't playing music at all. And the place just filled up. It was like a powder keg ready to go off. And we were only going to be playing like 30 minutes. And they said, Metallica are delayed, so you're not going on yet. And I said, we can play longer. I said, really? I said, oh yeah, we can play longer. He says, well, we'll see. And it waited because I think we were due to go on at 7. I don't think we went on till about 7:45. It was dark.
Wow.
And when the lights went down on that stage, it was the loudest sound I've ever heard. It was absolutely deafening. Just because built up, they'd been waiting and waiting. And we went out and we went down great. It was great gig for us. And right near the end, we're like, can we do one more? And the guy gives the thumbs up. So, we do Break the Chain with all the associated jamming, which is about 15 minutes long. And we got away with it because James is on stage videoing us, giving us the thumbs up.
That's awesome.
We got to hang out with them for about 15, 20 minutes before they went on. It was really cool. It was really good of them to do that.
That's really awesome. Of course,
we just recently did kind of the same thing again in Florida last November. They asked us to come down and play a show with them there, which was awesome as well. It was a lot of fun. That was a tribute for John and Marsha Zazula.
Wow.
Who were our managers, and their managers, our managers, and Anthrax, and a lot of other people. It was just a great way to acknowledge that, you know.
Yeah, that's so cool, and it's really cool to see you guys almost taking care of each other. You know, you taking Metallica on the road, Metallica bringing you to Brazil or whatever, and even that Florida gig sounds interesting too.
Oh, definitely. That was, yeah, check it out. There's lots of video
A
stuff
hundred
up on
percent.
that.
Yeah.
And no, I mean, you know, I've got a lot of respect for those guys because they've been through the mill. They've been very, very successful. And I'm sure they've had the period where it all went to their head and went away again. They got through that. We can barely imagine what it's like to deal with that level of success. You know, it's a very strange thing and very hard to navigate. And I think they should be proud of themselves the way they have done that, because when we talk to them, it's the same guys. You know, and that's pretty special. I would say that's pretty special. You know.